There's demons confusing us. But also because she's married. That's the biggest thing. And she has young children. So, and another thing is, if I were her, I would say, well, if Charlie was my one true love, God wouldn't let him forget me, right? Well, we can't assume that, but it's hard not to think that, right? Yeah, it's hard not to think that. It's hard for me not to think that. Well, if God wanted me to be with Shaylin, why did He let me forget her all the way until she was married? That's very hurtful. It is. It's very, very painful. Because, she's not going to let herself love me. She's not going to let herself give me a chance because she's married. So, but even still, what bothers me is I feel like I've never been a threat to their marriage. I don't. So, and I don't think my book is or ever was. It certainly wasn't meant to be a threat. And we've never had an affair. We've never even kissed. So, in my mind, it's like, okay, all right, it's a little. The circumstances may be a bit uncomfortable, but let's be adults and let's have a book. And I don't see why we couldn't have split the money or something like that, and just tried to get along at least. But I don't know. It's been 2 years and she won't talk to me, so I just want to move on. At least she's not attacking me about the book, which, it kind of helped that she attacked me last time, I guess, because I got the new cover and the new name of the book. And I'm happy about that. But, I sold a book. I did. Yeah, that's cool. Someone bought a book. Someone bought my book. Yay! It's a book with the new cover and the new title. I'm so sleepy, folks. You could probably hear it in my voice. But I figured I had enough energy to do a show. And I knew the fireworks were about to go off, so I'm like, well, that seems like a good time to start a show, right? I started with fireworks and ended with duds, right? I was like, I'm falling asleep on you, folks. Y'all have a good night. No, there's still about 12 minutes left. Let's turn the music. I know it's kind of getting me sleepy.
Senator John Kennedy. How can I put this? Unless you
Stupid
took an IQ.
YouTube commercials.
Doesn't define you. God does. It is quite unfortunate how several believers allow their identity to be lost in the world. They do not know that the world is separate from the church. The church is not depending on the world. Rather, the world is depending on the church. The world is not bigger than the church. As the body of Christ, our headquarters is in heaven, where we sit above all things, both physical and spiritual. As a Christian, it is very important for you to know that you form a vital part of the body.
Sometimes I feel like,
Therefore, it is only God who can give description.
What's his name, John? On that island, Patmos, right in the Bible. I do. I feel like, sometimes I feel like that's my destiny. Like, somehow I'm going to be isolated and not be allowed to do anything but write, Like, I guess that's kind of how I've always felt, honestly. Like, I really have never felt free because I've never been financially able to be free, so you end up living places you don't want to be and working jobs you never wanted to work at and paying bills and you don't want to pay. And you end up needing an escape, and when you don't have God, you go drinking instead of, well, I did, instead of seeking God. You know, so that's what happened to me. But the lucky thing is I never got mad at God. Never, not once. I've never once been mad at God, and He knows that. Even before I believed in Him, I never cursed at Him, and never threatened Him. Like, if you loved me, you'd talk to me. No. All I did was tell myself, if God exists, if God exists, I remember this, I was 22.
Only the Creator can define His creation perfectly. God is our Creator and Father, and it is only Him that can define us correctly. Every other description of us is just a guesswork. 1 Corinthians 2:9-10 reads, "But as it is written, eye has not seen, nor ear heard, nor entered into the heart of man the things which God has prepared for those who love Him. But God has revealed them to us through His Spirit. For the Spirit
God is real, folks. Yeah, I remember I was 22 years old. I just moved into New Orleans in the worst neighborhood in America in 1996. And, you know, I was scared and lonely, and I wanted God, but I didn't know, I didn't believe, I didn't understand, I didn't know, I didn't get it. And I thought to myself, I remember thinking to myself, if God is real, He's too busy to help me right now, and maybe He'll come help me one day. But I gotta stop thinking about this now. I gotta stop thinking about you, God, because it's driving me insane. I remember writing some of that down in my little notebooks I used to write poetry in, and just writing a question mark, like, is God real? And question mark. Like, that's why I call myself an I don't knowist. I was never an atheist. I never, like,
God's stamp of approval is on you. It doesn't matter if you are tall or short, if you have straight hair or curly hair. You are beautiful just the way God made you. If we were all meant to look the same exact way, believe me, God would have done it. Just look at identical twins, but even they are different from each other. God could tell them apart from their fingertips. Your outward appearance does not concern God, and neither should it concern you. What matters to God is what is on the inside. 1 Samuel 16 verse 7. But the Lord said to Samuel, "Do not look at his appearance or at his physical stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord does not see as man sees. For man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart." Psalm 33, verse 13 to 15. The Lord looks from heaven, He sees all the sons of men. From the place of His dwelling He looks, and all the inhabitants of the earth, He fashions their hearts individually. He considers all their works. He knows you. He knows who you are. He knows where you came from and where you are headed. He knows your thoughts. He knows what you think of yourself, but if only you knew what He thinks of you. Jeremiah 29 verse 11 tells us, "For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, says the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you a future and a hope." He does not want to harm.
I think Deuce has to go out.
His plans for you are greater than the one you have.
yeah, so that's what I did. I was living in New Orleans, and I'm like, I just felt like I'm on my own, you know. I don't know if God's real, but I need to go out and live. I can't think about God anymore. It's because it's just, I don't have enough information. It's too confusing. It's too difficult. Oh, yeah, Deuce got to go out. Come on, Deuce. I took him off the cannabis, and I think he's getting stronger. He's getting less woozy, so it's making him more confident, which is what was the problem. Was he's losing his confidence in his skills to walk because he slipped so many times from that cannabis. All right, and as many as times as I lowered his dose. As many times as I lowered his dose, it still made him wobbly. So I see he's off it now. It's going through his system, and he's getting some strength back. Like right now, he's drinking a bunch of water, and but he's not wobbling like he was. Like sometimes he'd be drinking the water, and I think, oh goodness, he's going to fall down. Like even now he's wobbling a little bit, but not anywhere near. Okay. See, he just wanted water. I make him get up to get water. Because you can't lay in the same spot. And he doesn't walk anymore. He just goes outside, uses the bathroom, comes right back in. Because he's tired of falling. I don't blame him. Especially when he fell on the ice in the winter several times. But the ramp that Mike built is helping him a lot. And they're back partying in the backyard now. They got the fire going again, and they went lots of fireworks, and now they're back.
As this will help in the way we conduct ourselves both before God and men. It helps us understand our uniqueness and the unique contribution we are bringing to the table anywhere we find ourselves in the world. And it also helps us shut down every temptation to compare ourselves
I'm
with
just looking at my
others.
notes here.
2 Corinthians 10:12.
Oh, there was a guy staying next door for a few days. It was very random. His name was Troy. He looked like some, I don't know, dude that knows everyone who's on the road, someone like at all the concert type dudes, I don't know. But he kept saying Flatlander to me, and because we talked about flat Earth and Jesus and everything, and we smoked weed and had some interesting conversations. He was pretty cool. And anyway, we were talking about flat Earth, and he's telling me basically that he's a Freemason and that we're not supposed to talk about things like flat Earth and what doctors are doing and viruses are fake and how this stuff is secret. He's straight up telling me, dude, I'm a Freemason, you're a Freemason. Like he was saying, he thought I was a Freemason, but I'm not. But I can talk like a Freemason, so. Like I have the intelligence and wisdom of a Freemason, so and now a lot of people are getting it, right? Thank God. A lot of Christians are understanding the evils of Freemasonry now, aren't they? Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
Because it holds an erroneous view of your personality. The world does not know you because you do not belong to its system.
Yeah, so he's mentioning Flatlander. Okay, so then I started thinking of, he calls himself, what, Mark Flatlander now? Okay, it's kind of funny. Mark Hollander, he calls himself Mark Flatlander now. He's a flat earther, and we might still be Facebook friends, but we don't talk because, well, he's a little sore at me. Maybe he's very angry at me. I don't know. But he came out with a book, and I wasn't trying to knock his book at all, but when I saw the cover, I got pissed because I'm like, and I told him, I'm like, that your book is unfucking promotable. Yeah, I sent that to him in a post. I'm like, you're on Facebook. I'm like,